Hi everyone. Longtime lurker here. I never thought I'd be posting to this subreddit, but after what happened last fall, I don't know where else to tell this story. I still don't have a good explanation. I've talked to friends, therapists, even a paranormal Redditor or two, and nothing makes it make sense. Anyway, I'm 29, work in freelance photography, mostly nature stuff, and last October I decided to take a solo trip through upstate New York to catch the fall foliage. I figured I'd do 3 weeks on the road, hiking, shooting, camping some nights, Airbnb on others. Real quiet, real peaceful. That's what I was after. Everything was fine until I booked a last-minute Airbnb near the Catskills. The listing was weirdly vague. No photos of the interior, just a single wide shot of the house surrounded by trees. But the reviews were all 5 stars. Private, quiet, perfect for a digital detox, that sort of thing. I booked it without thinking too hard. I just needed a place for 2 nights before driving west. It was hard to find. The GPS got confused, and the gravel road leading to the house had no signs. I only found it because I noticed a tiny, half-covered wooden arrow nailed to a tree that said, Maple Hollow. The house itself was fine. Big, 2 stories, clearly old but clean inside. There was a stale smell, like the house hadn't been opened in a while, but whatever. Rustic charm, I told myself. The host never met me in person. She messaged me the door code and said to make myself at home. Her username was just Mary1970. First weird thing, the mirrors. There were no mirrors anywhere in the house. Not in the bathroom, not above the dresser, not even in the tiny makeup compact left in the top drawer. Every single one was either missing or replaced with a blank wooden panel. I didn't even notice at first, but by the second night, it really started to bother me. Second weird thing, the books. Every room had shelves of books, which I usually love. But when I started browsing them, I noticed something odd. They were all blank. Every single book. Just empty white pages between normal-looking covers. I picked up maybe 20 or 30 different ones. All empty. I messaged the host. Hey, just curious. What's up with the blank books? Part of the aesthetic or something? No reply. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing this faint tapping, like knuckles on glass, coming from the second floor. But when I went up, it stopped. At some point around 3 a.m., the old radio in the kitchen turned on by itself. Just static at first. Then, after maybe a minute, a voice broke through. You shouldn't be here. I froze, dead quiet after that. I unplugged the damn thing and tried to convince myself it was just interference. Next morning, I noticed something new outside. The woods around the house had been empty the day before, but now, just off the tree line, there was a figure, still, facing the house. I thought maybe it was a hunter. I went outside, called out, nothing. I raised my camera to zoom in and get a better look. But the figure was gone. No sound, no footsteps, just gone. The second night was worse. I woke up at 1:47 a.m. I remember the time exactly because my phone screen lit up with a notification that said, "Look in the attic." I have zero idea how or why that message popped up. There was no app name, no sender, no other notifications. I checked my messages, my email, my Airbnb app, nothing. I should have left right then. But instead, like an idiot, I grabbed the flashlight from the kitchen drawer and pulled down the attic ladder. It was colder up there, like really cold, breath-visible cold, and pitch black even with the flashlight. The attic was just beams and insulation, and a single rocking chair facing the window. I swear to you, as soon as my light hit it, the chair started rocking. Not fast, slow, like someone had just gotten up. I ran. Down the stairs, out the door, into my car. I didn't even take my stuff. I drove until I hit a gas station with lights on. But before I left, I looked back at the house one last time. There was someone standing in the upstairs window, watching me leave. When I finally got back to town and pulled over to check the Airbnb listing again, it was gone. Completely deleted. I checked my reservation history, nothing. No trace of it. Even my payment record was wiped. I tried messaging the host's profile. It didn't exist anymore. But the worst part, When I looked through my camera's SD card to see the photos I took before everything went to hell, the shots of the house were there, but the windows, all pitch black, every single one, except the attic window. In that one, there's a blurry shape, humanish, pale, long face, no eyes, and something about it feels wrong, like my brain keeps trying to reject the image. It hurts to look at too long. I've shown it to 3 people. 2 of them thought I was messing with them. The third, a friend who works in photo forensics, told me she couldn't find any signs of manipulation, but she did notice something weird in the metadata. The photo was dated October 31st, 1974. I got rid of the camera. Burned it, actually. Felt stupid doing it, but I couldn't sleep knowing that photo existed. I still have dreams, though. Dreams of being back in that house. The books whisper now. The rocking chair turns toward me. I've been staying with a friend ever since. I can't be alone at night. I still don't know how that house got listed, or why it wanted someone like me. All I know is that something in that place saw me, and it didn't want me to leave. I did some digging on Maple Hollow. Turns out the name shows up in a few local legends. Old settler stories about a family that disappeared in the 70s. The house was supposedly abandoned for decades, but some hikers said they'd seen lights there over the years. One of the stories says the family had a mirror above the fireplace that showed things that weren't supposed to be seen. Another says people who entered the house sometimes came out changed. Some didn't come out at all. I know this sounds like a creepypasta. I get it. I wouldn't believe me either. But if you're ever in the Catskills and someone offers you a cheap place to stay off the grid, even if it has perfect 5-star reviews, don't go. Not all houses are meant to be found, and some doors were never meant to be opened. Thanks everyone for watching. See you in the next video.